My name is Melina, and this is
Jordan.
And we are the board certified BAes. And today we have a guest. I keep saying today like the day has changed, but you'll notice that we're at the conference still. Anyways, we have a guest, so I will let her do the honor of introducing herself. But I'm excited. So can you go ahead and tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So my name is Marquii Jacobs, and some people call me the ABA Guru. The reason why I call myself the ABA Guru, though, is when I was in school. Well, for one, I believe in manifestation. So when I say the ABA Guru, it's calling that upon myself. I feel like I was an ABA Guru before I was even certified. And anybody that is a part of my community, they are a part of the Guru Nation, and so it's a way to get them to call that upon themselves as well. I am a board certified behavior analyst. Okay. I own a company called the ABA Guru Academy. I'm also the Savannah Airbnb host leader. So I work with Airbnb to
wait.
Really?
That's crazy.
We
got some information for you later.
We're gonna have to talk about that. And on social media, I disseminate behavior analysis in, I think, a fun and playful and relatable way. So that's me.
That. She's like, that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
No big deal. Just
that's so cool.
Making meaningful change while having an influence and doing my thing, having fun while doing it, which is the most important part.
Yes. Okay, so how long have you been in it?
Okay, so I've been in the field for about 15 years, but I started my social media page in, I believe, like 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017. And
That's amazing. Yeah. I love that. Is it something that you feel like is just like another responsibility for you? Do you feel like it's fun? Like, how do you view social media now in your life?
So for one, it's a double-edged sword with social media. But on the positive side, if I'm going to be strolling on social media while being in a PhD program, I would like for my algorithm to be filled with educational things, things that are relevant, things that if I am strolling through Instagram, I'm able to say, hey, I gained value from this. And so I feel as though social media can be a great tool if you're studying and if you're trying to replace non-functional behaviors with functional behaviors. And I feel that putting out content on social media, my responsibility is to make sure that if people are on social media, that it is functional in a way. And add some spicy stuff. But, if we're going to be talking about behavior analysis and if we're going to be on Instagram, we might as well, do it in a way that's, funny and, unique.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a good point. And a question that arose from that is, in our ethics codes, it talks about, what we put out there as, media. And then it's got to evolve to catch up to what social media is doing nowadays. Because just with everything, you look at laws, any doctrine that says this is what you should do needs to update quicker because technology is evolving way too fast. So how do you feel about your position on balancing between our ethics codes of we got to be very careful with how we present things and then also being wanting to do it your way and still having your twist on it? How do you find that balance?
So for one, citations. So I don't practice citing my sources all the time, but I will start to do that more because I think when you are providing credible resources to back up what you're saying or what you're asserting, I think that kind of helps us align more with the ethics code. Because the problem with social media is there's a lot of misinformation out there. And then there's a lot of people who think that they are informed, but they aren't. And so, the wrong person gets a hold of this information and now this incorrect source is now deemed the credible source by somebody else. So I think citing sources and making sure that the information that we're putting out is based upon a credible source can help us align with the ethics code a lot more.
I think that's great because I don't see that happening often. And I can even speak for us. Like, we talk about a lot of different concepts, a lot of different things, but yet we also don't put the research articles that are behind it, like, and things like that stem from it. So I think that's a really good point. As a, you know, even like our keynote today talked about how we are a community that can change the field, right? So like, it's just something like that can change the narrative of our field, which isn't always clean and pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge. I think that's such a good point.
But I do want to say, I'm going to shout out my ABA coach. Do y'all follow him on Instagram? He does. Yes. So it was because of his most recent post when he was talking about, I forgot what it was, but it was such a beautiful post. In his caption at the end, it had all of the resources. And I'm like, yes, sir. Because his video, he was talking about managing behaviors and some of the methods that he was saying to use. I feel like it deserved, a citation or, to be cited at the end. And he did that. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do that too. So I have to give him credit because
you literally just said, I practice what I preach because you just said, dang.
That's what I'm saying. Do y'all see that? I practice what I preach, y'all.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, to segue. So I don't know if you knew this, but we actually own an autism-friendly vacation home near Joshua Tree.
Really?
Yeah, on Airbnb.
It's a year and a half to renovate ourselves.
So we're gonna have to do something, but I would love to hear your perspective on like how, if we look into the future, can we bring something like that to the area you're in?
So an autism-friendly vacation home?
Just like not even that, but just more like people being open to turning their home into that. I think, is that something that like you feel would catch on? Do you think people would? Okay.
So that's crazy. We are aligned because I have a few properties in Savannah and I'm working to acquire more, but I'm looking to get into the group home arena.
Oh, wow.
Because Arthur, Arthur. So me and him have been talking and there's a big need, already in Georgia, but on the Airbnb realm, there's also a need.
Yeah.
And just me being a community leader and hosting, I also teach other hosts how to modify their homes to make it more autism friendly as well. And I was also on a panel at the Airbnb headquarters where I was presenting on how to host more inclusively, if you will.
Yes.
But yes, there is a big need. And I have a few people that I can connect with you guys with. But for sure, it is definitely a thing. Yeah. And you have no idea how many families come to me.
Yeah.
And because they know I'm a BCBA, because on my profile it says I'm a BCBA, they have been waiting to vacation. You know what I mean? It's just such a relief, And then I find that it's more like our generation that have children with autism. They still want to, go out and have fun.
Yes.
But not every place is conducive for.
Is it going to actually be fun, or are they working harder?
Yeah. Or is this change in environment going to be triggering for my child?
Yes.
And so, But to answer your question, yes.
We love that. We love that so much. I don't know if you have anything specific to add to that. But.
I think it's important. I mean, you look at the rates of diagnosis, right? They're going up. You look at the age demographic of the people that are having families now, right? They're younger than us or at our age, right? And we're different than the boomers and all the generations that came before. Traveling and seeing the world is a big part of our life. And the diagnoses going up, like, so is the stress now. For whatever reason, like, I'm not here to say any of that sort of stuff, right? But just in terms of the rates, they're a lot higher. And the families that we serve are afraid to go places for whatever reason that they have. And a lot of it is escape avoidance of some form of stress.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And, things that I've heard is like, we'll get kicked out of the hotel, my kid's too loud. Where they're going to break something and I can't afford that. Like, we can't afford to go because we already paid for too many therapies. Like, that's all stress.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all good intentioned, well-intentioned things, but it's stress that they're carrying. And that was our birth for it with a partner of ours. That was the birth for it. It was like, no, it shouldn't be stressful. Like, we can create something like that. There needs to be something like that. So, like, let's see if we can be a beacon of change. That's how we fell into it. But
And actually, I don't know if you guys heard, but Airbnb also has a new services addition to the So you can.
I heard it's coming.
Yeah, so it's out now,
Okay.
and so I think that is a service that is for sure needed.
Yeah.
So if you guys have your home, your actual vacation rental,
Right.
I think that you guys should also be providing a service or an
Right.
experience as
Right.
well.
Right.
But there's definitely a demographic for all three of those categories to make an impact.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's helpful.
Just random things that come out,
I
having
know.
good quality conversations. Look at that.
So much. Okay. So far at the conference, is there anything specific that you've taken and you're like, I love this, or even your favorite moment so far?
So, I mean, how do you, say one thing? But okay, so I'll say two things. So for one, you just said that a lot of families are stressed when it comes to traveling, right? And in Adrian Bradley's presentation with, I forgot.
Mike.
Yes, with Mike.
Miles.
He was talking about that. So what I thought was really great about his presentation was the fact that, just do it. All of these, but what if they freak out? Well, you want to deal with it now or later. So I think that's really great. And I think that approach to parent training can be really helpful. So, and sometimes as a BCBA, I'm kind of, I'm also, I share the same sentiments where we have to get it done eventually, but I do find myself kind of taking it easy or kind of like, saying, okay, if you're not ready this week,
take your time.
but hey, we just got to do it, because at the end of the day, it's about the client's progress, and we know that progress lies in some difficult moments as well. Another thing that I really, really loved was the presentation. Okay, so it's been a long weekend, so I don't remember the names, but I know his last name was Brona. And
Anthony and
yes,
Saquon.
yes, thank you. Their presentation on epigenetics, amazing.
Trauma-informed care.
Yes, and I think it was, what I took away from that is it kind of objectified what I couldn't put words to before about how, so I don't know if you've heard of Jane Elliott with the brown eye theory or the blue eye theory. Well, anyway.
Yes, that rings a bell.
So basically she's saying that racism and oppression is based on, it's like a social thing. And she went on Oprah and she was basically able to show how by putting out a certain narrative and controlling or setting up the environment in a certain way, that you can make a certain group of people feel oppressed to where when they're in a room, like they have an attitude and you're like, oh, what's the matter with you? Why are you so mad? But it's like, no, you don't know what I just went through. I just waited for 5, like the angry Black woman type of thing. But to have to kind of like have an explanation for that, to say like, hey, there were some traumatic things that have happened to my ancestors.
Yes.
And if I am now experiencing this, that could be a reason, but it's also, what I took from it is the need to heal. Like no matter if we are aware of the healing that needs to take place or not, I just think just going in with the mindset of like self-actualization, I think, that's what I took away from it. Like not only like, hey, this could be a possible reason for why my family, and sometimes you hear generational curses and things like that, it kind of made a lot make sense. In addition to inspiring me to say like, hey, we need to focus on healing and doing shadow work and going deeper than we've gone,
I wasn't able to be in that one.
Oh,
I gotta go back and watch it.
Oh yes, you did that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's so many I gotta go back and watch now because of like, obviously there's 2 at the same time. Like I can't sit on the door line and like listen to both. So that is the one that I have to go back and, well, most of those in that room I have to go back and watch.
Yeah.
So those are good, and those are really important, and those are the factors that we think about the ecological side of things, or like families, and that just speaks to their environment and the things that they go through too, and all that change. So it kind of ties into everything we've been talking about. So, and goes back generations into like the deeper level, which is huge.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, okay, let's do a fun question really quick.
All right.
Let's think. Okay, Do you drink?
Yeah.
Okay. She said, yeah. What is your drink of choice?
Sir Davis. The number one whiskey. It's a brute whiskey.
Okay. Write that down.
Beyonce's whiskey, might I add. And let me tell you why I love that whiskey.
Okay.
Because, so for one, are you a Cowboy Carter fan?
I do like it, but I don't think I'm as religiously like tied to it as a lot of others.
I am religiously tied to it. It is a family heirloom. My grandmother is on the album.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my grandmother is featured on the tour.
What?
Linda Martell is my grandmother, the first Black female country singer to perform on the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah, so Cowboy Carter is
dropping
different.
knowledge out here now.
Right. So let me tell you about the whiskey now. So she received a lot of backlash for.
Wait, she served it at her.
Yes.
Yeah. I know.
So,
I don't. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So listen. Let me tell you, Beyonce is the boss. That's why I love being a BCBA. You know, Beyonce. Right.
She said
so,
BEE.
Yeah.
CBA.
So she got a lot of backlash for the country music album, right?
Yeah.
And so,
which is crazy. We can go into a whole nother episode about that. But anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So after the whole, that whole debacle, they are giving awards out for the best whiskey, right? Sir Davis won, but nobody knew it was her. She didn't tell anybody it was her whiskey.
That's crazy.
So they're giving the award, and when they find out it's Beyonce, maybe it wasn't that great. It was so hilarious.
Came back out.
Right. So I love Sir Davis because it tells a story, and in a way, that's like Beyonce is like my godfather now. I'm basically a part of the family now.
Basically.
But yeah.
She just don't know.
You didn't want to go into it too. So it's like, hey, can you hook me up? I'll be in the back.
Listen, I did get an invitation to the concert. I went to 2 concerts, and she did wave at me.
Okay.
And I haven't. She did see me, and she did. Hello. And it went on. So yeah.
It wasn't like this area. It was like.
No, she saw. Well, I had a prompt.
Jordan.
I had a prompt.
Okay.
I had a prompt. And the prompt was I had a sign that says Linda Martell is my grandmother. It wasn't like, Marquii, there you are. So let me just dial it back. No, it wasn't that. Let me dial it back. It wasn't that, but it was like, hey, yes, your grandma. I'll show you the video after this. I have it.
Of course, you gotta have the
Yes.
You can't just say things like in a day of media. You can't just say
data driven.
Yeah. But it is facts. It is facts. Beyonce waved at me, but I had a prompt. But
now we gotta try this.
Everyone has prompts. It works. It's gotta get the attention. You 70,000 people in there, but she picked you.
But I am hoping to fade the prompt.
There you go.
Where it's just me. Marquii, come over here. So
and then
that's what we're hoping for.
Right.
That's what we're hoping for.
Right.
But
dinner, rehersals, and then
absolutely.
Shape it into something that you want, right?
So actually, let me tell you the story about that. So when my cousin got the call, for my grandmother to be on the album. So my grandmother is she's a bit older. She's 84. And so on her part, she introduces, so on the album, it's the Linda Martell show right before Yaya. And then there's Spaghetti. She's on Spaghetti. And she's on another song I forgot. But anyway, when my cousin got the call, they gave her a script. And my grandmother suffers with memory loss. So of course we had to use forward chaining to literally teach her this.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
That's
all of it.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how behavior is everything.
But listen to it. It sounds perfect. Like
I'm gonna have a whole nother appreciation. I will say though, my favorite song out of all of them is really just the remake of Come On Help Me Girl. You know the whole
Blackbird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Why
God.
did you say? Do you know on that song she dedicates that to my grandmother? So
now I know.
So when you for real, when you go to YouTube, when you see the concert, before she sings the song, she's like, I like to dedicate this song to all the blackbirds out there, to the people that made it possible for me. And my grandmother's picture is the first one to be shown on screen. So I love that song.
Literally,
no, for real,
It just gave me chills.
The song that is I would say the only one that I truly repeat. Just the harmonies in it are just so.
And the message though.
The message, but then also just all of it. Just all of it. All of it.
And that is actually a karaoke song. So when we do karaoke,
I'll take the low notes. You take the high notes. I got you.
But I like the karaoke version with the background vocals because we need Beyonce to support behind.
Right. She's really carrying it, and we're the background singers. But we'll just
turn her down. Yeah, exactly. So
all right, we'll do rehearsal after this.
Yeah,
you gotta know how to sing.
I got the camera.
Yeah.
But I love Blackbird, and for me, it's funny because that whole message, like just me, emceeing, like when you walk into these conferences, when we passed our test, like it's kind of like that moment, like all your life, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God,
making her debut on our podcast. Remember this moment?
First of all, that was not even good. If I really say so.
Wait, let me walk
okay, all right. We'll have to turn it off a little bit, and then
But that message, that message is so so that's the whole inspiration for my speech at GABA.
Oh my
gosh!
Now I'm sad I'm not gonna be there.
So Savannah State is struggling. So they're struggling. Their program, the behavior analysis program, is in need of support.
Okay.
So when you talk about just the whole situation with Beyonce honoring my grandmother, it only took one platform. So they blackballed her from country music.
Yeah.
Her song that she recorded originally, they just stopped playing her music and just gave it to somebody else. Yes. And so now people know her song being sung by somebody else. Mm-hmm. So she was actually suppressed, right?
Yes.
And there's a whole lot of reasons why Savannah, it's a whole thing, right? But the point is, it only takes one person to use their platform to make a difference.
Yes.
And so when I hear that song, it's more than just it's like my legacy. It's like generations. Like I'm not doing this because this is what I want to do, but it's bigger than that. It's like my mother, my grandmother, my dad. Like this is like my MO is deeper.
Yes.
It's like the stuff that I am fortunate to be paid for, I would do for free. And that's why I make my content. And that's why I put so much of my content. Because,
bring it back to the beginning. Yes.
Yeah. Because I get paid to do the work, but this is what I do.
Yes.
And my birthday is actually the same as Skinner's. So I found that out after I graduated. So again, that's what I'm saying.
Godfather to Guru, look at that.
Well, that's what I would like to think. That's what I would like to think. But yeah, so for me,
that's beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, anyways, when you come to California, let us know.
What part of California?
Orange County.
Orange County.
But we're only an hour away from LA.
Okay.
So if you need a ride from the airport or something,
I'll actually be flying to San Francisco at the end of this month for the Airbnb conference. So yeah.
So close yet so far.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
that'll be a whole other conversation.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This was so much, even sweeter than we anticipated.
So
thanks
for the history. Thanks for being vulnerable and willing to wanting to share the history. You put out such fun and exciting, playful content, and then but the conversation that we had here was, there were fun parts and stuff, but there was vulnerable, this is my family, this is part of the legacy I want to have, and stuff like that, which is a different side. Yeah. And I think that's awesome.
And I just want y'all to know that what you guys have for one, I think you guys are shattering so many stereotypes, because they say that husband and wife can't work together, but I think even seeing you guys on screen and seeing you guys interact, it's just so beautiful. And I just wish you guys all the best. And it's up from here. It's up from here. Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.